In today's video, we'll be discussing you guys the weather pattern change, as well as some snow coming in for most of the United States. Welcome everybody, my name is Shubin, and I'm so sorry for not uploading anything or posting anything for the past week. I've been super busy. I've also been pretty lazy with school, a lot of homework, assignments. I got one more week left before I come back for winter break, but however, it might be another couple weeks of very limited content due to the fact that I'll be traveling a lot, but hopefully my partner can step up and come in clutch. So we were at the Climate Prediction Center. As you can see, the 8 to 14 day outlook, well below average. It's been very nice the past few days. However, since yesterday, we've been seeing the cold front come through with cold temperatures, and we expect some cold temperatures for the next 2 to 3 weeks with some warm spell, but predominantly cold, very cold. I think the rest of the month of November should be cold, and we might be looking at stuff like we talked about, a cold winter coming up ahead. So we're here at the tropical tidbits. We'll be first just showing us by the temperature anomalies first of all. But right now there's some nice snowfall, picked up almost an inch or two in Indiana or higher in southern Michigan, even southern Illinois got some. Even some snowfall in Texas and Oklahoma. They're gonna get some more. There'll be a clipper system going through, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But here we're talking about you guys about the climate, how we're expecting a weather pattern change from instead of 60s and 70s to now 30s and 20s for high temperatures. In fact, yesterday, Thursday was 76 degrees, and Friday high temperature here was 37 degrees. You really cut the temperatures in half, and we're about to see that. So you can see from here, using the tropical tidbits forecast model, you can see the expansion, the cold front that moves in. This right here is about 30 degrees, 25 to 30 degrees below average, which makes sense. I agree, it's pretty cool. I agree that we're about 20 degrees below average. It should be in the 50s and 40s, and now it's in the 20s. Moves down south, you can see this record cold. This is going to be record cold. Temperatures will be below freezing for probably most of the United States. Even down south, you can see nothing. This is Monday. You don't really see any rebounding coming in. This is Wednesday next week. Look at that. Even potentially another historic cold Arctic air again comes back with some more. This one's showing maybe as much as 30 or 35 degrees colder than average. But this is literally a week from today. A week from what we were showing you, and it's supposed to get even worse. And no cool, like no warm in sight. In fact, it'll be like maybe 5 to 10 degrees below average is the best it would be for much of the north central region as well as the south central region. However, the East Coast is still below average, but not as below average. But Florida is still above average. Even out west, you're seeing some cold temperatures, except for the Pacific Northwest. This is going to continue before we finally see it. 2 weeks from now, potentially, 10 days from now, we might see a nice warm spell before, which we can't take it with a grain of salt because it could change it before we go back to cold temperatures and very cold temperatures. So, what does this mean for temperature-wise? That's all we care about right now. So let's go show you guys the temperature forecast. Look at that, below zero morning temperatures in the Dakotas. High temperature, again below zeros, temperatures in the 20s and 30s for much of Illinois, all the way down to Louisiana coast. Might get to some frost, but overall widespread 20s and 30s with below zero temperatures for the north central region. Here comes Monday. Gets a little bit better with 5-10 degrees below average before we get to the cold temperatures. Bunch of teens in 20s, 30s for high temperatures for Tuesday, which is very, very cold this time of year. And it just keeps going. You can see that the Dakotas may not be above 20 degrees for over 10 straight days. You can see that it's crazy cold temperatures. And you can see just some cold temperatures, and then look at that Arctic air that comes into next week like we talked about. Minus 20. That moves into Illinois, Iowa in the single digits for low temperatures. Even high temperatures struggling to get above 30 degrees for Illinois. It keeps moving down south. And you can just see that 32 degree line that's right here. just having a hard time going back up north. Just a lot of cold temperatures. It just keeps on getting cold before we get a reprieve of some warm air where we get back to the 40s and 50s, and then the main Arctic air comes back again for the rest end of the month. So overall, you can see a bunch of freezing cold mornings are expected, except for Florida. We can tell you that it's going to be a very cold month in November. And now let's take a look at before in the episode, we're going to take a look at a clipper system that's coming in, impacting the north central region. So let's go zoom into the north central. And let's go show you guys what's going on right now. So you can see, this was a little earlier this morning. We had a clipper system that moved into southern Illinois and Indiana, into Ohio, that moved out of here. Lake effect snow continues from northwest Indiana, much of Michigan, even into Ohio. Which is crazy to think about. And then we're waiting till about Tuesday where we can finally see this moving in. This is not updated because it's not updated, so you can see it moves into by Monday night into Tuesday, and it's gonna just rotate around with some snow. This is what we're really talking about so far. The first preliminary snowfall, about 2 to 3 inches for it, but let's take a look at another model real quick. A little bit of a longer range model. We'll take a look at the ICOD model. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at the Canadian model. So here's the Canadian model. You can see some nice snowfall for Texas, and let's just zoom out for now. Some snowfall for Texas and Oklahoma. It moves its way to north, gets some cold air, some light snow for Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, before it moves into the northeast, potentially a weak coastal low pressure system into the northeast with some snowfall and a lot of lake effect snow for Michigan and potentially some ice for Texas as well. So let's show you guys just the total snowfall just for fun. It'll probably be up there. You can see 2 to 4 inches for much of, like 1 to 3 inches for Oklahoma, maybe an inch or 2 for Illinois, 4 to 5 for Minnesota and Wisconsin, but a lake effect. Let's zoom into lake effect. So look at that. Over 2 feet of snow, maybe even 3 feet of snow for parts of Buffalo, near to Erie, Pennsylvania. All the lake effect snow, over a foot of snow. Might get a nice coating, an inch or 2 for western Illinois and southern Illinois. But winter's here, everybody. Let's see what the GFS is showing. A little bit more, but yeah, about the same. But doesn't include too much of lake effect snow. So we'll have to wait and see what the icon says. About the same. So we just gotta wait and see. Snow is here. Winter's coming. Winter's already here. It's gonna be very cold, guys. So thanks for watching. If it keeps on snowing, might get there's a snow band coming into Galesburg in the next hour or two. I might go out and record that and upload that to my YouTube short later today if it's occurring. If not, you'll see a lot of YouTube shorts on Tuesday with the snowstorm. Well, some snow. So yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you guys for another video. Enjoy the day, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.